this is about the histology of tooth. You see, so it has an apical foramen. The tooth, it has the soft tissue part is the pulp cavity. This is the apical foramen. This is the base. This is the root of the tooth. It lies below the socket. Okay. So the soft part, it has soft tissue part and hard part. The hard part is formed by the dentine, the cementum, and the enamel. Okay. The enamel of the tooth is above the gum. The part which is embedded within the gum, that is the root. So it has three parts. The crown, this is the crown which is coated with enamel. Then comes here the constricted area, that is the neck. Then part which is below the gum, that is the root. So whole of the thing of the tooth is not coming in under one view. So we have to show you in parts. So this is the root part of the tooth. So in the root part you see this is the pulp cavity. This is the pulp cavity consisting of loose areolar connective tissue along with the blood vessels and nerves. And lining the pulp cavity you find the dentine. So here these are the, can you see the lines in the dentine? These are the dentinal tubules. So the soft part is only the pulp cavity containing the loose areolar connective tissue, and the hard part consists of the dentine, and outside the dentine, that is in the root, you find the cementum layer, and the crown is lined by enamel. So these three are the hard part of the tooth. So lining the pulp cavity, this is the pulp cavity. The lining the pulp cavity, you find some cells here. These are the odontoblast cells. These are the odontoblast cells. So these blast cells, odontoblast cells, these are laying down dentine throughout the life. Okay. These odontoblast cells, they are lying down dentine throughout the life. And this dentine you find surrounding the pulp cavity. This is the pulp cavity, the root canal, and this is the apical foramen. The dentine, they surround the pulp cavity, the root canal, the pulp cavity, as well as they lie below the enamel. So you find the dentine throughout the tooth. But in the root part, outside the dentine, you find cementum. This cementum is laid down by the cementocytes, which you find here. This outside the dentinal tubules, these are all dentinal tubules which contain the processes of odontoblast cells. Okay. Then outside in the dentino-cementum junction, you find cementocytes. You see these black dots, these are the cementocytes, and they will form, they will form cementum throughout life, and their secretions goes on accumulating, and they will be within a lacuna, and these will form, these cementocytes along with the secretions will look darker and they will look granular. So we call it as granular layer of tomes, T-O-M-E-S, granular layer of tomes here in the cementum. Then as you go up, you find the enamel. So this enamel, this is form of organic matter as well as the inorganic matter. The inorganic matter is formed of the calcium hydroxyapatite crystals. So this enamel part, it is the hardest substance of your body, and the enamel is formed by the amyloblast cells. Enamel is formed by the amyloblast cells. So amyloblast cells, they don't lay enamel throughout life. So if your enamel goes off due to some accident or any hitting hard substance, then it goes off for lifetime. So but the dentine and cementum, they can be laid throughout life but in a slow process. So enamel is laid down by the amyloblast cells, and these amyloblast cells, they only lay in the just after birth. So in the infant period, and after that it is not a lifetime process, and you find the lines, the transverse lines, and these transverse lines are called the lines of Skrigor, and the vertical lines are called the lines of Ridgius. These are incremental lines. So as you go on developing, growing up, these are incremental lines you find in the enamel. So enamel, you find the collagen, the bundles, type 1 collagen, and calcium hydroxyapatite crystals. So this is the enamel part, this is the pulp cavity, this is the dentino enamel junction, and as you go down to the root canal, you find dentino cementum junction. This is the cementum, and this is the granular layer of tools. I told you how the granules are formed. The cementocytes, along with this secretion surrounding it, they will form granules like things. And these are the odontoblast cells lining the pulp cavity. Okay. So, and these are dentinal tubules through which the processes of the odontoblast cells they will pass through. So, and here is the apical foramen. So, this is all about the tooth.